So today I want to talk to you about why your 808s and your sub basses just magically disappear whenever you export your project and listen to it on your small speakers like cell phones and your laptop. So the reason being is because these smaller speakers do not produce the low sub frequency range. Physically they can't because the speakers are too small and the quality is just not quite there. It's not the same as your studio monitor speakers when you're listening to them in your studio, because these speakers can produce those frequencies. So in your studio, your 808 may sound really good, but once you translate them over to a smaller speaker like your cell phone or your laptop, they might just completely disappear. And I want to help you solve that. God damn it, why is that screen on? Okay, ignore all that. So I want to help you solve this mystery and help you solve this issue so you can use it in your production and make your 808 sound good on speakers that most people listen to their music on, like their cell phones and their laptops. So let's listen to this little bit of project that I have put together for this tutorial. Okay, so if you're listening to this on your computer, on your studio monitors, you might be able to hear that sub. You can hear it, you can feel it. It's pretty thumpy in the low end. But if you were to listen to this on your cell phone or your laptop speakers or something like that, then you might not be able to hear it. And I have a bonus tip at the end, so make sure you watch this all the way through. So let's solve this problem first. How can we get it to be more audible in smaller speakers? What we're going to do is we're going to use a saturator. You can use a saturator, a distortion, overdrive. Anything works that basically takes the signal's current harmonics and creates more upper harmonics and fills the frequency spectrum more. And so we're going to pull up. What I'm going to use is a saturator made by Fabfilter. It's called Saturn. I love this saturator. You don't have to use this one. There are other options, but this is a good option if you decide to get this one. So let's listen to the 808 by itself without the saturator on. So it's pretty low, it's pretty thumpy. It sounds good to me because I'm sitting here in front of my speakers, but it might not sound like anything to people listening to on their phones. So how are we going to do this? We're going to basically turn on one of these amps. Let's use warm tape for this one. And we're just going to start cranking this knob, and this is basically going to distort it some more, and it's the drive knob, so it's going to create more upper harmonics in the frequency spectrum. Oh, it's not even on. Okay, hold on, sorry. All right, here we go. It's on now. Boom, let's crank it. As you can tell, it's starting to create those upper harmonics. It's starting to get grittier and more destroyed. And so if you even look at this, the little spectrum analyzer that it has on Fabfilter's Saturn, you can see it's starting to create these upper harmonics in the higher region. So especially if you're listening to it on your cell phone, you can definitely hear it now. So let's just listen to it all together with the track. So there you have it. Right? That's all you have to do. You just have to distort it, and you have to create upper harmonics to the 808 signal. Okay, so bonus tip. So if you notice that the more that we started squashing it, the more that we started destroying it and like adding these upper harmonics, you notice that we're losing that low end thump in the sub, right? Listen to this compared to this. Like if you crank it that much, it's basically completely gone. So what I advise is getting a saturator or distortion plugin that has the ability to split up multiple bands in the frequency spectrum so that you can affect them all differently. And what I mean by this is if you look at Saturn, I'm going to hit this plus button, And it basically just split up the signal into 2 separate bands, right? And I can continue going. I can affect it more and more and more. I can do multiple bands. But for the 808, this is what I normally do. Everything that's within sub-region, so I'm maybe like 65 hertz and down, what I'm going to do with this band is I'm going to just turn off the saturator so that this whole area, this complete region, this frequency group is just going to be unaffected. Like, I don't want the sub to be affected because that's where that low end thump comes from. So everything here, if you notice, it's getting redder in the second half of it because we can start distorting this upper end without having this lower end affected, meaning that we're not going to lose that thump, but we're also going to get some audible harmonics in our speakers, in our songs, so that we can hear it in cell phones. So if you listen to that now, you still get that rattle, you still get that thump in the lower bottom end, but now you're also getting that grit in the higher end, so you're making it more audible and you're getting that distorted sound that you want. So let's listen to that all together with the entire track. Whoa. Let's do it with a different amp. So now that 808 is still pounding and it's really coming through on your cell phones. So I hope you found this video helpful. I know this was like a huge thing that I just could not figure out before I knew all this. Obviously, I just could not get my 808s to sound right through my phone speakers, and it was super frustrating. So I hope you found this helpful, and if you did and you want to learn more, please subscribe to my channel, and if you found this video helpful, please hit like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.